The health secretary making waves with his pledge to identify the cause of autism and do it by September. Now, he's argued autism's on the rise, previously suggested the potential link to vaccines, but experts say the science on vaccine safety has been clear, and autism has become just a more common diagnosis. And they say that it's thanks in large part to just better screening. In President Trump's last cabinet meeting, Kennedy didn't give much detail of this project, but he did say it will involve hundreds of scientists. Take a look.
We've launched a massive testing and research effort that's going to involve hundreds of scientists from around the world. By September, we will know what has caused the autism epidemic, and we'll be able to eliminate those exposures.
Now, Kennedy's approach has been criticized, criticism includes the comments from the former head of vaccine safety at the FDA, who resigned in protest last month over his leadership, says the timeline for the effort is setting families up for disappointment.
I cared for leukemia patients for a significant number of years. Giving people false hope is something you should never do. It is absolutely, you can be incredibly supportive of people, but giving them false hope is wrong.
Here now is Jillian Michaels, who's been supportive of Mr. Kennedy, host of the Keeping It Real podcast, creator of the fitness app. Welcome back, Jillian. And we play that last clip. I think it'd be interesting to get your point of view on this, is that this idea that there's false hope, somebody with Kennedy's background especially, and it's moving too fast. And what would you say about that?
Well, I would say that autism is on the rise. That's not debatable. It's significant. And if you were to suggest that wasn't the case, I would say, well, early onset cancer diagnosis in people 18 to 49 is up by 79%. Obesity is climbing. I mean, infertility is going up 1% a year. So we can play this game like it's not really happening, but it is happening, and people are not blind, deaf, or dumb. So to want to get to the bottom of what's going on is something that we should all welcome. Now, can it be done by September? I don't know.
It's kind of weird to promise it that quickly, isn't it? A little. I mean, nothing. I mean, of course we want it to happen. We'd love to happen yesterday if we could know. But some people say, well, it's unrealistic. It sets people up.
Well, what's the worst thing if it is unrealistic? What happens if it's 6 months later? I mean, here's what isn't okay. Having these chronic diseases and conditions like autism and so on and so forth not be researched to get to the bottom of what is going on. You realize that we have the worst health out of all the G7 countries, and we spend the most on healthcare. Why are we not asking these questions?
I think one time, it might have been last time you were on, we were talking about trust in healthcare and stuff. We've done a few segments about that lately, especially post-COVID. Kennedy. So with his background as a vaccine skeptic at different times on and off throughout his career and in life and, in the public eye, does that make him a credible messenger? Will he be trusted on this issue?
Well, I don't believe that he's been known to manipulate evidence. I've never seen that. He's asking for gold standard research, which is something he's been consistent on. And the reality is that we don't have it. And if we were to look at Dr. Peter Mark, who you just referenced, who claimed he signed in protest, that's actually not true. He got pushed out. And the reality is that he doesn't have a background in vaccine biology. He, in fact, did fire 2 vaccine scientists who worked at HHS, or I believe the NIH, during COVID, that questioned the vaccine and called them intransigent. He overruled an FDA consensus opinion about a muscular dystrophy drug that was toxic to the liver.
But don't you think linking in the past vaccines and autism, which has been debunked in the scientific community, don't you think Kennedy's association with that hurts his ability to message on this to some degree? I mean, people are going to be skeptical, no?
Well, if we're being totally honest, we don't really know what causes autism. I'm certainly not a vaccine expert by any means, but what
but the studies have shown it's not. I mean, the studies haven't linked those two, right?
Actually the truth, though. So, for example, if you look at something like a hepatitis B vaccine, they only monitor that for adverse effects for 5 days after each injection. And then we don't know. We don't know what the long-term, I'm not suggesting that it's autism. I'm not saying that at all, but it really hasn't effectively been debunked. That's not true when you're observing something for 5 days for adverse events. And the truth of the matter is that could it be all the garbage in the food? Could it be the crap in the water? Could it be?
Well, I mean, that's the stuff he does have some more credibility on that he's been looking into. So, yeah, we'll see what they come up with and if they come up with it by September or not.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.